All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Let's Talk Genealogy with Desi. Campbell, making family charts with Canva. Canva is, Canva is interesting. I didn't know about Canva. One of my friends kind of kept telling me I need to use Canva. I used to use Canva, and I said, So one day I had to create something, and I was having a time trying to create it. So I said, let me just look at this Canva. So I went online, looked at Canva, and I have not turned around since. For simple graphic things, I'm sure there's more complex things you can do with Canva. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. However, this is pretty much a slide that you're watching. I created it in Canva. And so tonight I'm going to show you pretty much how to do some family things that will help you with your family history. Two things I'm going to do. One, to show you how to create a family chart. Also, how to create maybe a family collage of pictures for a book. I didn't put that on the flyer on the flyer, but that is one of the other things I want to show you as well. So I'm going to minimize this, and now we have Canva open. So Canva is canva.com, canva.com. It is a free version of Canva, and then there is the paid version of Canva. I have the paid version of Canva. As you can see, these are all the things that I've done in Canva. Now, I didn't do this particular flyer in Canva, but most of the rest of this stuff I've done in Canva. Newsletters. I do all of my obituaries that I do for people or for the funeral home. All of that stuff is done in Canva. I'm actually teaching my students how to use Canva. They made these flags in Canva. They've made posters, they've made brochures, all kind of things in Canva. But tonight, we're going to mainly talk about family history, things that we can do in Canva. So we're going to talk about charts. I'm just going to show you a chart that I did for one side of my family, or several charts. So these charts are charts that I created to try to help, some of my family understand some connections between us and the white McLeans and the black McLeans. So right here are the white McLeans. These are the McLeans that actually had my family members enslaved. So I was trying to show them, the different ones that were enslaved. So everybody that was in the green are the enslaved people. And no, I'm wrong. That's the second generation. But this is just pretty much a family chart from John Sober McLean to Effie McCraney. There's another chart I did. These are, it says Friday Pickett, but that's not correct. That should be a McLean. And then there is some artifacts, 1870 census. So this is my family, Jim and Lucy McLean. And I put some, facts about them. These are their children. How do I know that these are their children? Because their children, when they listed in the slave wheel, in the wheel of the slave owner, he listed them as he was giving them away, children of Jim and Lucy. So he gave all these children away to different people, but he also stated that they were all children of Jim and Lucy. So that's how I know those are their children. So I kind of listed that. But there's all kind of different ways you could do these charts. Here's Kenda Mackenzie Murchison, who was also one of the slave owners. Stephen and Jane McLean. This is my great So as you see right here, it says Desi's great-great-grandmother, right there, which is Hepsi Amanda McNeil. This is helping us understand the DNA and how many matches I have on each one of these persons. So there's all kind of little things you can do with that to help your family understand, because they like to see. If they can see it, they can understand it. So this is another chart that says I have 72 matches through Jim, through Stephen and Jane, which are my third great grandparents. And then these are some of the wheels I looked up and put out. I printed this for them to see. So this is one thing I've done. One way I've done it. There's another way I've create charts that's on the web page. You can see. Then there is the picture collage thing. So I basically created this, or actually it was a template. So all I had to do was get the template and then go back and put the pictures in the template. So this is pretty much what I done for the families, this particular family, Searles McLean Hicks Chance family. And just put the pictures in and printed it, and it was done with it. So let's go back. Again, these are the charts. We're gonna go back to Canva. I'm just gonna show you little things about Canva. Canva is free, but if you have the paid version, you can do a whole lot more with Canva. Canva.com. I pay, I believe it's $12 a month for my Canva subscription, and it's been well worth it. If you're an educator, you can actually get a free Canva account if you're a school teacher. The students have a free account as well. Canva, you create design, you have templates, you have different projects. And good thing is, so like my students are using Canva, and if my students are using Canva, they can share, if it's a group project, they can actually share that project with each other by going, once they create the project and going and I'll show you how to do that, which I think is a great thing. So all of them have access to the project. So if a student's not there the next day or whatever, then they can continue to work on the project without having to wait till the next day till that student come back. So that's a great thing, a great advantage of Canva. And even with, business partners or friends or family members that you want to put information in, you can give them access to your Canva project, and then they can add what they need to add to it. So as you see, it says docs, whiteboards, cards, flyers, A4 documents, postcards, infographics. I mean, you could just do tons of things on Canva, tons. Magazine covers, Facebook posts, resumes, presentations, programs, reports, logos, banners. I mean, it goes on and on and on. If you look at my account, you can see all the things I've done. So this postcard we did for the museum or the Heritage Center, I will click it so you can actually see it. But if I play it, well, I've already downloaded it. Hopefully you will be able to see it once I download it. Give it a second. Sometimes it takes, because it's a movie, considered a movie, it may take a little longer for it to download. So while we're waiting on that to download, I'm gonna go back over here to Canva. So the first thing I do is, well, let me go. You got all this stuff here. You got design spotlights. This is the plan and pricing where you can find out how much it costs for Canva, the free, the pro, and the teams. I just use the pro. Again, I think I pay $12 a month. We wanted to create a document. We click that right there. Let's go back over here and see if this downloaded. Okay, it downloaded. Once it downloaded, it's down here at the bottom. I can open it up. And when I open it up, I hit play, and wham, there it is. So this is something that I sent out to, or will be sending out to people that are members of our museum, and guests of our museum, or people that have made significant contributions. We'll be sending that out, thanking them for their contribution. All right, so we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna create a document. Create. I'm gonna create a flyer, 8.5 by 11. And because it's a chart, I want it to be landscape. So I'm gonna go over here to resize. I'm gonna change my size to 11 by 8.5. I'm gonna resize. I could copy and resize, or I can just resize, but I'm just gonna resize it. So now I got it where I want it to be. All right, so now I have my chart where I want it to be. This is the real fun thing about, you can be as creative as you want to be. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just create a basic chart of my grandparents and their 12 kids. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, well, let me just give you a little, some of the things they have in here. They have design, so I can go in here and get templates of different designs. Elements is where I work the most in, which you can get line shapes, you can get pictures, all kind of graphics. You even get video, you can get frames, grids, you name it, you can get it from here in the elements. Then there's upload, where you actually upload your pictures. The pictures that maybe somebody has sent you, or a picture you need to work with, you can upload it here, click it, and I'll show you how to click and drag it. Then there is the text. You can choose from large text, medium-sized text, small text, or you can choose from what we call in word art, which is all that there. Only thing about that is you have to use it like as it is. You can go and change the colors, but I very rarely use that. Then you have projects, which I rarely use that. You have photos, just different photos, and you can, it's like almost as its own Google. You can just put in a particular photo you may be looking for, and you can, hit enter, and it'll pull up that particular a photo or several photos. If you want to choose a background, you want to use charts, you want to use logos. I've never used the apps, but if you have pictures in your Google Drive, you can click that. If you want to use QR codes, you can click that. So it has a ton of things you can use. Ton, I mean a ton. So I'm going to go back to the first thing I'm going to go back is to shapes. I'm going to go and get me a circle. And all I got to do is click that circle and drag it to where I want it to be. So I have it there. It's going to come out in pink. I can make it smaller, or I can make it bigger. And it's not going to let you pull it from the middle. It's always going to pull it from the sides. So I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to put it right there in the middle. If I wanted to change my, hold on, somebody's trying to come in. Hold on. Okay, if I wanted to change the color, then I can go over here to click the color, and I have all these colors to choose from. All right, and it's change the color to whatever color you want. I like to color coordinate my charts with family history, because a lot of that can help people with their understanding of what generation is what generation. I like to kind of do that. So after I've done that, I've got this chart here, or that circle there. Then I want to put some text in that chart. So I'm gonna go to a text box. I'm gonna click the medium text. It's gonna automatically come there. I'm gonna write Jim and Lucy. No, not Lucy. Donna McNeil Campbell. Those are my grandparents. Of course, as you see, that's too small, too big to go in that box. So I'm gonna put it out where I can fix it. Okay, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is take it in from the side and make it small like I want. Then I'm gonna take that there, put there, put there, and now I have their name in the box. So I could do this, I can create these circles and keep creating, but I'm going to go the easy way because you want all your circles to pretty much be the same size. So I'm going to hit Shift and I'm going to hit my mouse. I'm going to click both of them and I'm going to copy because I have a Mac, it's a little different. But if you had a PC, you just hit right click and hit copy. And then you hit paste. Okay, so we're going to hit copy paste, and that's going to create another circle. So I'm going to take that circle, put right here. And then I'm going to paste another circle. Right beside, I did wrong. Beside it. And then now it's lined up. And then I can really get fancy and copy and paste the 2. And make 4. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that and make 4. So now I have 4. I go and click because I let go of my mouse. Shift click, and move that over. Now I have 4. So I told you it was 12 children. So I want to make my paper a little bit bigger so that I can get all 12 kids on them and go back over here to resize. And I wanted it to be 14 instead of 8.5 by 11. And I'm just going to go and click resize. So now my paper is 14. So now I can probably get all 12 kids there. Probably gonna have to make them a little smaller, which is fine. Slide them over. So now I have, and they're kind of uneven, but you can work with that to get them even spacing rise. Now, what I also can do is I can lock this. So I've clicked those 2 things and it won't let me lock it without, that's fine. So I'm gonna move that over. Move that over. So now the spacing there is a little different. So I'm gonna click. And I'm gonna move all of them over a little bit. All right, there we go. So now they kind of almost even somewhat. And then we're gonna keep adding. I can take these 4, go to copy paste. And now I have 8. Now I told you it was 12 of them. So what I have to do is try to make this smaller. So what I could do is click all 8 of them and use the side and push them all down to make it smaller. So now I have 8. Copy. I probably already got 4 in there, but I'm gonna do it again. Copy. Paste. So the larger your family is, the more, or you can get creative and kind of put some of them down here, spread these out and put some of them down here, which we can do that. Let's just go ahead and spread some of these, spread them out. Since we're only doing a 2-generational chart, we can spread them out. Kind of spread them so we can get some lines through there. Spread them out. Take one of them and put down here. All right. So we got to spread out. So we're going to take this one, put right there. This one, put right there. We may have to be creative and move some people around, but let's see, put that one right there. And put that one right there. Put that one right there. So we can take this one from over here. Hey. Move it right there. Put it right there. All right. All right, so now we have all of Jim and Donna's kids. Donna had an H on it, I believe. I forgot how to spell my grandma's name. D-I-A, Donna. Uh-oh. There we go. All right, so they had 12 kids. So we kind of got it 12, and we can be creative by moving this down a little so it look even. Well, I don't want to be directly under I want to kind of be, yeah, so that may work right there. So now we have Jim and Dinah, and we have 12 spots for their kids. And the reason why I copied pasted this stuff is because you want all of the writing to be the same size. Although once you start putting in names, you may have to make it bigger or you may have to make it smaller. We can make this bigger so that we can actually see it. And it looks small now, but when you print it out, it'll be big enough for people to actually see. So now we have Jim and Dinah. I could actually insert pictures. So I have pictures of all of Jim and Dinah's kids. I can actually insert a picture of each one of them. I can actually put it inside the circle and even put their name. So if we put their name under the circle and then insert that picture, so I would come over here to elements and I would go and find the picture circle. So that is actually, I'm gonna show you where it is. It's right here, it's under frames. But because I use it a lot, it's under recently used. So we're gonna take this picture frame, we go make it as small as we can to fit into this circle. So we got to play with it to have the circle have a little bit of a little bit of, I forgot the word I'm looking for, outline. So you got to kind of play with it. So let's see. All right, so now we have the picture. So I'm not going to go and find pictures of them per se, I'm going to find a picture. So I have hundreds of pictures in my, I don't want to use no pictures of people that I done did obituaries for. Let's see, it's fine. For all them people I've done obituaries for. Oh, and there is a way that I can put all this stuff together. You know, when I upload it and grade and put it in the folders, I've just never done that. I actually just recently found out that that's possible. Okay, so here goes some of my relatives right here. So I'm gonna take this picture, put it in there. So I may have to play with the picture a little bit. I may have to go into Photoshop and make it bigger or make it smaller so it'll fit in the, see, he has a large head, so it may not fit. So you have to, that's something you got to play with. And I can go in Photoshop and make it as small as I wanted to make it. So here's this guy. So I can make it look fuller by pulling it, playing with it, but then that would mess up my square. I can make the square a little bigger if I so choose, so the picture can fit in there. Just whatever you want to do. So now we have that chart that made with a picture in there. So we can put pictures in all of these if we so choose. We could put the birthday that they were born, when they died. Out of all 12 of these siblings, all of them are passed away except for two, my dad and my aunt. So I could, put their birthday and not their death date, if this is something I want to do for my family. Then if I wanted to get real interesting, because this may be a little confusing to somebody if they look at this chart. So I kind of want to go and make it look like a chart. So I'm gonna take this line, I'm gonna put this line right here. It's black, so that's fine. Or we can make it orange. And I'm gonna stretch this line all across the siblings. All right. So now I have a line, and what is that line for? I don't know. So we're gonna make you figure out what it's for. We're gonna take another line which has an arrow on it. We can flip this line by going here and making it flip. Now, me and these, when I flip these lines, I can never get them to do right, to be perfect, but I try. Because I have this mouse, I don't have a mouse on my computer. No, I don't have a physical mouse. Excuse my motion detector at my front door. I'm in the country, and every time a truck go by, my thing makes all that kind of noise. So I'm gonna put this under here. As you see, it's not straight like I want it. But me trying to fight with it is, yeah, it's the devil. So I'm gonna take this arrow, go from the bottom, and I'm gonna go up. So everybody will know that this pretty much is Jim and Dinah's children. Then I can take that same arrow, copy, paste, and line that to each one of these children. And I can get creative and stop fooling with these that trying to get it straight. But I can be creative. It could be straight or it could be crooked, whatever we want to do. Another one. put there. So forth and so on. And then I do, I can do one from here, but I want to kind of straighten that line up a little bit and go over here. And then now I have lines to all of those children. And I can even, if I so choose, I can do another line and do some boxes and then put their children in the bottom. So let's go and do a text box. I should have used a small text. Let's go back. Small text. Before I do the text, let's do a box first. So we're going to do a box, but that's a big old box. Oh, Lord, that's what I hate about this mouse. Sorry. So we're going to do a small box so that hopefully this box won't get in the way of, and you can actually type in this box, but I always try, to put a text box or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. So then we could put John Campbell. See, it's big, so we're going to make it small so it'll be all on one line. So we're going to highlight it, come over here, and make it, we don't want to make it that small. So we got it all on one line, so we know that that's John's children, or that's whoever that child is. That's their children. We can take a line, copy. We're going to paste the line. From that person to these children. So what I want to do is color coordinate this so that people won't get confused. And I probably need to pull this down some so that nobody won't know, think that that's someone, get confused with the children. So I want to go up here because all of these children are in orange. So instead of me going and changing their color, I'm going to change the color of Jim and Dinah. And I'm going to make it gold. I'm going to make their children background yellow. Now everybody knows that those children, that's the first generation, and I can even make a chart. So one of my charts before I made a chart on the side, first generation, second generation, third generation. I took a color, I made a box, went and got me one of those boxes, put the box beside it, made it small. Change the color to gold or whatever color that is. I may make it a little smaller. Bring it over closer. Copy. Paste. Second generation. Is orange. Click in. Paste. Third generation. is yellow. So now people can understand which generation is which. I can take this also. I got pictures of all of their children. I mean, pictures of all their children. I can put all their children on it, or I can leave it back with the names. I can actually take this, and I can write information about this family without having to put the dates up there. I can actually put, Jim and Lucy, Jim and Lucy, Jim and Donna was born, blah, blah, blah. Jim was born 1900. He died in 1981. He's a son of blah, 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 blah. He married Donna McNeil. She was born, blah, 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 blah. She died, blah, blah, blah. And she's the daughter of such and such and such and such. So now I've really done a fourth generation. I went one generation back so that I have something to fall on. I can put pictures. I've done charts where I've actually put family pictures all around the chart for other people. It just depends on what I wanted to do. And that is pretty much it. That's simple. It's very simple. It's very easy. I used to do them in Microsoft Publisher, but when I saw this, I just fell in love with this, with Canva. I can actually go up here and put the name, the descendants of Jim and Donna Campbell. I could put, where they're from, Lillington or Irwin or whatever information I want to put about that particular family. And I can create, so if Jim had a lot of siblings. He had 20 something siblings. So if I want to do for each of his siblings, then I would just do a different chart for each one of his siblings. Or his wife, how many other siblings she had, blah, blah, blah. Or I could do a different chart for each person, one of each Jim and Dinah's children. That's one of my goals because I'm a descendant of Jim and Dinah. And then they had their 12 kids, and most of their kids had kids. And now they have kids, they have kids, and grandkids and great-grand, and even great-great-grands. So I could do charts for all of them in one book for our family, if I so choose. I could also take this and download it. I could do so many things with this. I can animate it. Like I can make Jim and Dinah come up first. And then, so if I click on Jim and Dinah and go over here to animate, I can make it fade. I can make it pan from the left to the right. So I want to make their names. So I want to click both of them. Click both of them. And when you click both of them and it says group, you can click group and it puts it together. So it will fade, all of it will fade, all of it will pan, all of it will rise, it'll pop, you can drift it, you can do all kinds of things with it if you so choose. And you can do each one of them, all of them at the same time. It depends on what you want to do. But there's a trick, there's another thing that I want that a lot of people don't know, and I had to learn this. It was very, very interesting. So in Canva, so if I have this picture right here, but we say we want to put this picture in this, no, I don't want to use that picture because he just died and I'm doing his obituary. Let's see, go to uploads. Let me find one of these old pictures. This is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, there they go. There goes some. Okay, so I'm going to use this picture right here of this lady. So I put that picture in there, and I want that picture to kind of be the background or part of the background of this particular chart. But I see her there, but I just want her. Understand? I just want her. I don't want all the background. Well, in Photoshop, you can go and cut her out and do all that other stuff. But in this particular program, which I love, I can go to edit image and it says background remover. And it will remove the background. Take a few moments. Now all I have is her. So I can go, I can make, make it smaller as far as the extra space. Move it on in, move it on in. I can move her, make her smaller by using the sides. And so say I wanted to put her, uh-oh, here's the back button. If I didn't show you that, that's the back button. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to back her. Well, okay. Let's go, let's move her. We want to put her at the top of the chart, but we just want her. Get rid of this. Make this a little smaller so we can see the whole chart. So we just want to put her, so if this was my grandma Dinah, then we could put her on one side and put my granddaddy on another side. So again, I'm gonna go back and hit, not animate, edit image. And we're gonna remove the background. So now we got her on one side. We're gonna go and find another picture. We're gonna put, let's see, a good picture that can get a background, remove the background. I probably got over 1,000 pictures in here. Hold on, there's one. So I'm gonna take this picture, put it over here. Make it small, and even it out, edit, remove background. So now he's by himself, all right? Apply. So the reason I did that, because I'm gonna show you something else. We're gonna go and put something behind this chart. So we're gonna go to elements, and we're gonna look up family history. And they says photos. Let's go to photos. And we got all these things we could put behind here. So we're gonna take this chart, this picture, and so all you gotta do is put it close to the edge, and it's gonna hit the background. Well, that may be a bit much. And I can go in if it's a bit much. If it's too, stands out too much and you can't see the writing, I can go over here to what we call transparency, click transparency. I can fade it out a little bit so it won't look so whatever. Or I can go and get something else. I try to find stuff that don't have writing on it, if you can, or don't have bold writing on it. Got that. You got tons of this family history stuff you could put in here, or you could go to the internet and download something and put it in here. Just tons of stuff that you could put in here. Let's put this back there. Let's see what that look like. That may be too much. I don't know. This depends on what you like. But they got stuff for everything. So now we have that. I got it faded. I can unfade it, or not fade it, a transparency. I can bring it up. That's too much for me. So I'm gonna bring it back down as a backdrop. I can take this picture if I wanted to put it in a corner so he looked like he belonged there. make it bigger. I can take her, put her in the corner. All right, then I want to take these words, moving to the top, the descendants of Jim and Dinah McNeil Campbell. Put that right there. I can change the font to make it look a little bit more funkier. Highlighting. Lord, me and this Mac gonna fall out. All right, so I can go there to the font, and there's tons of fonts here to choose from. I like that font. If I want to use the same font for another text box, I'm just gonna copy paste that text box. Copy, paste. That means my text will all look the same. I'm gonna put it over here. And I may say, click all that from Lillington and Irwin and Irwin, Harnett County, North Carolina. So I want to kind of move that. There we go. And I'm going to take this and Cooper. There we go. So got that. Then if we wanted to put some information about them and where they live, who their parents were, whatever. Or you could put the parents at the top, so it's those parents, and then put all this stuff at the bottom. I mean, it's just tons and tons of things you could do. You could be creative with this. Well, it's just as simple as that. All right. All right. So I'm going to go to the next one, where we created where is it at? Here we go. We created a collage, basically, of family tree, family pictures. So I did this for the Searles McLean Hicks Chance family. I believe that's their family. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to Canva over here at the beginning, and I'm going to go to templates. So we have tons of templates we could choose from. You may like, so there's resumes, which I've done my resume on here, and man, it looked really, really nice. So I'm going to go up here and put in, let's see, photo album. I think that's what I looked up before. Yes, photo album. So they give you a whole bunch of templates, and you got to get creative because a lot of them in different shapes and different sizes. So you have to make them what you want them to be. So I'm going to go to Happy Family and customize this template. Some of them have more than one page. Some of them have, this one only has one page. A lot of times other stuff will come up. So if you want to go over here and put photo album, so other things that come up that you can add pages to. So you just go and add a page, a blank page, and then you want to add one of these, all you got to do is click and drag. Add another page. And there's tons of them in here. It's almost endless. And then you can be creative and create your own. Click and drag. So then once you do all of that, you got 3 pages. then you just want to start adding pictures to those 3 pages. So you have to be real careful about these shapes and stuff of the pictures. And you can be creative. So like this is kind of in the middle. So you got all that white space. So if you have a picture that may not necessarily fit in that shape, you can be creative and pull it and make it fit if you so choose. So we're gonna go to my uploads. And we're just gonna start finding some pictures. Okay, let's go to these pictures right here. So as I see, you see that picture is long and skinny. So that picture fits perfectly right in there with him. Most of these pictures in this group is long and skinny. So it fit right there with her. This picture may fit right here. So this picture will fit right here. As you see, some of her head got cut off. So I'm gonna double click it, and I'm able to pull it down. And I got her whole, without, the head, the whole head. All right, so then you wanna put in, let's put in him. Some of these pictures fit perfectly, but sometimes you're gonna have to play with them. So like that picture fit almost perfectly. I'm gonna double click it and pull his head down a little bit. So if it didn't fit, I can take it and pull it out. I can pull it up to get all of, well, as you see, the picture, when I got the picture, obviously some of his head was already cut off. So that's fine. So if you double click it, there's no more to pull down. So that's fine. Then you have, so you may have to play with some of the shapes, which is fine. So let's add this picture to this one right here. We can double click it, we can pull it down. And that's pretty much, we have a collage of pictures. We can take this whole, click, drag with the mouse. Now we have gathered all those pictures. We can pull it, make it bigger to fit the page. I like stuff to fit the page. I don't like a lot of white space. And I think I was taught that somewhere. I don't remember, but I don't like a lot of white space. So we may want to pull this to the bottom, to the top, because we may want to put text at the top. We may want to click out of this and put this at the top. I mean, there's just tons of things you could do if you so choose. All right, so that's pretty much it with designing family charts and creating a family picture book. I'm going to stop the recording.